If you combine baking soda and citric acid and put it in your mouth, then you get rabies. That one wins. That one wins. Rabies any percent. That is crazy. Crab Game isn't exactly family friendly at all. That's true. That's true. Cheetahs in zoos are so nervous and introverted that zoos will bond them with dogs to help them be more confident. That's cute. That's sweet, actually. That's really sweet. I like that. I like that. That's so funny. If you combine baking soda and citric acid, put it in your mouth, then you get rabies. It causes a reaction that makes your mouth foam like rabies. We used it to scare. Oh, so you got rabies, Ghosty. You're telling me now that you got rabies. I love cheetahs. They used to be my favorite animal. Actually, when I was in the first grade, we had to do a project, like a research project on an animal, and I tried to do cheetahs, but then some other fucking asshole in the class stole cheetahs because I said, "Oh, I'm gonna do mine on cheetahs," and then his name was first. They like selected animals based on going down in the attendance list, and my last name starts with an S, so I'm always at the fucking end. And his last name was like a couple letters before mine, and I was like, we were chatting with our tables about it, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna do cheetahs. I think they're so cool. No one else do cheetahs. And then this motherfucker, like 2 names in the attendance before me, he picks cheetahs, and I'm like, shit. And then it gets to me, and I don't have a backup. I'm in the first grade. I don't think that far. I go, I want to do cheetahs, and that's it. That's cool. My starts with W. Don't talk. I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry for you. Hi Intico, welcome into the stream. How you doing today? Welcome. And then it gets to me. My teacher's like, okay, so what do you want to do? I was like, well, I was gonna pick cheetahs, but that just got taken. She's like, oh, you could do something closer to cheetahs. You could do like a jaguar. And I was like, fuck it, I'll do jaguar. I was pissed off. I was like, yeah, I didn't say fuck it, I said, okay, I'll do jaguar. No idea what a jaguar is. So I did my project in the first grade on jaguars. And that's how my favorite animal came to be a penguin. So, an electric eel can produce enough electricity to power around 10 light bulbs. Really? What's his name so I can dox him? Tommy, I'm pretty sure, actually. Not the Tommy in our chat, but his name was Tommy. I think he moved to Paraguay. Random ass fucking place to move, I guess. Bet they have cheetahs there, actually. Mine starts with an R. Dang, I'm sorry about that. Was gonna pick cheetahs, but fucking Jimmy took cheetahs. Genuinely funny if you actually said that. Oh, I actually have a funny story. When I was in kindergarten... Okay, I might have told this story before. When I was in kindergarten... Crap, Tommy is verified. No! When I was in kindergarten, we had... I don't know why... But it was a giant styrofoam letter A, right? Giant styrofoam letter A. And at recess time, or we had like free time, I guess, where you could practice your handwriting. You could play with the toys. You could catch up on your missed work, or you could beat the shit out of a styrofoam letter A. I don't know why that was an option, but you already know what I picked to do. So it was penmanship is actually shit. No, me too. And they suggested to me to work on my handwriting because it's still really bad. I'm sure you guys know this. I'm sure you guys know this. My handwriting is terrible. What does this say? Just got my wisdom teeth removed, so no talk. This is my handwriting. This is from when I got my wisdom teeth out. It's still on my desk. But that's my handwriting. It's terrible. But anyways, I chose... remember that bowl that was missing from Mike? I found it. Let's go! Nice. The way my name is spelled makes my signature literally a long squiggly line. That's actually fair. But anyways, so I chose during free time, during recess, to just decide to beat the shit out of this letter A made of styrofoam. And I did a lot of hanging out with my neighbor across the street when I was younger. I lived in a cul-de-sac, right? And so there was a bunch of kids in every house, and we'd all, like, hang out. One of them was in, like, 5th grade when I was in kindergarten. He was so cool. He was so cool, but he swore a lot, right? He swore a lot. So naturally, I pick up these habits as a kindergartner. Bye, Ghosty. See you later. See you later. You look like you would eat styrofoam. That's not the point of the story. I did not eat the styrofoam. But I picked up a bad swearing habit when I was in kindergarten. And so the reason why I bring this up is because if you pair up beating up a styrofoam A at recess in kindergarten with a bad swearing habit, you can imagine what little kindergartner Brayden was saying to the styrofoam A as I beat it into a pulp. So I'm there at recess time. I'm beating the shit out of this letter A. Hold on, I need a better song. I'm beating the shit out of this letter A, right? I fucking hate you, A. I was like, fuck you, you little bitch, piece of shit. Fuck you, A. Fuck you, letter A, you piece of shit. My friends were eating it up, dude. I was so popular. They all thought I was so cool. Fuck you, stupid styrofoam bitch. So I was beating the shit out of this styrofoam letter A and swearing up a storm. My friends thought I was so cool. And then my teacher pulls me aside. And she's like, Brayden, look, I don't know where you learned these words from, but I had another student come up to me and say that you were saying these inappropriate words. You know what I said? I said, fuck you, teacher! No, I didn't say that. I said, oh, okay, I'm sorry. That's, oh. I did not cuss out the teacher, but it was from that day onwards that I was actually banned from beating up the styrofoam A after that, because I had started such a storm. I had stirred up such a storm, and I had taught the other kids in my class how to swear. I taught them what the words were, and we we beat the shit out of that A, and then that's how I came to like penguins, and that's how my favorite animal become penguins. No, it was so bad though. I taught all the kids how to swear, and there was like a problem. There was like a swearing problem in the kindergarten class, and like everybody would choose to go beat up the styrofoam A and like just cuss it out, and I had to sit there and work on my handwriting, and then eventually the styrofoam A got banned, understandably, because why are we doing that in kindergarten? Why are we learning how to beat something up in kindergarten in the first place? I don't know. But anyways, that's my story. That's my story. Guys, another kindergarten story actually, because I was just a fucking menace in kindergarten, I guess. I was just a menace in kindergarten. Balls, baller, Balzer. Nice. That's like Bowser's alter ego, Balzer. Gay Bowser, Balzer. That's what that is. There was like, you know those little heaters on the ground? It's like a heat vent. You know what I'm talking about? So there was one of those in our classroom because it was a portable, and this is actually really funny. Me and Tommy, that same kid that stole the cheetah from me the next year in grade 1, we were in the same kindergarten class together, right? This is actually hilarious. That's so funny. It was me and the same kid who stole the cheetah from me. What we would do every recess, not every recess. Well, there was one in specific that I remember for the rest of my life where we were sitting next to a heater. And there was these little, like, toy, like, plastic blocks, right? There was these little plastic blocks that we had for recess time. And so if you're putting two and two together, we would there was this one day, it was a Friday, right? It was a Friday right before the break. Friday right before the break. Don't tell me you ate them. You have no faith in me. This might be worse. We went over to this heater. We brought the entire, like, bucket, like a big bucket of these, like, plastic blocks, and we carefully, like, one of us was on watch, and the other one lifted up the heater from out of the ground, lifted up, like, the grate part of it, and then we dumped all the plastic blocks into the heater on the ground, and then we put the grate back on, and then we looked at each other. And I will never forget the way he said this to me. He looks at me and he goes, Brayden, if I never see you again and we burn down this school, you were a great friend. I looked at him. I was like, Tommy, dude. What? And then all of a sudden, like, my eyes started closing. My eyes started closing, right? I just, like, I couldn't help it. And it was like, it was fading to black almost. Like, the credits were starting to roll. And I was like, Tommy? And that was it. It was over. It was all over. Just kidding. I just went and ate my lunch. That was it. Anyways, you were a great friend. You were a great friend. Guys, Sam is one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. So anyways, you created toxic gas as a child. Got it. Yeah. And then beat the shit out of a styrofoam A. I had a great kindergarten. Those were my peak years. I'm telling you right now. Those were really my peak years. Hello?
Hello?
Up? What up?
Kindergarten was peak Brayden.
Kindergarten was peak Brayden.
I remember that actually.
Oh, do
I don't
you?
think. Yeah.
Do you now? I met Sam less than a year ago, guys. Just to let you know, Sam is 6 years older than I am, and I met him less than a year ago. So if he remembers me in kindergarten, we have a different story. We have a different conversation we need to be having, I think. First time I ever spoke to Sam changed my life. Me too, actually.
If you're in kindergarten, then am I in what, 5th grade?
You're a middle schooler. You're a middle schooler.
And I've made my way to a different country.
How did you get there?
I hop trains.
POV Brayden unintentionally becomes a war criminal in elementary school. And you know what? At least Tommy said I was a good friend. And that's okay.